to talk about episode 207 and the image of Image. That has to go in like my top 3, top 5 episodes of all time. Might be my second favorite episode right after and the Apple of Discord. Oh my goodness, there's so much to discuss here and so many emotions, mostly funny stuff, but the emotions that did come, wow! I am freaking out. I am so happy right now. So let's just start off where the episode started off. The episode begins, Jake and Cassandra, I am so happy. I'm sorry. I'm going to be screaming a lot during this video because I literally just finished the episode like a minute ago before filming this. Usually I wait like 10 minutes before filming this thing, but right now I just, oh my god. So we see Jake walking off a bus and Cassandra running up to him and she's like, Jacob! She's so excited to see him. And might I mention that for some reason, whatever both of them were doing individually, they both were in London, and it's not like any of the library branches are in London. Our options for the library are to go through New York and enter through the library, or to go through Portland and enter through the annex. But they were in London. It's like, it seems kind of intentional, and then judging by the fact they're just walking and talking about what they were doing, and Jake's like, you want to go out for a drink? And Cassandra's like, okay! I can't even believe it, man! Not that they actually got to go on said date because the girl got hit by the car and, magic ensued. But, oh my goodness, the evolution of Cassandra that is happening, I feel like it's leading up to something big. I just can't believe it. He asked her out for a drink and she said yes. It didn't really seem like in a date way, but that is good enough for me. You gotta grab onto what you got. So then it continues. We have Ezekiel skateboarding on Instagram. We have Jenkins used to dance naked. And then I also love this episode because now we get the involvement of another fictional character. And I've loved, like I said, I love that we're doing the thing with the fictionals this season, but we haven't really seen a lot of them in the middle of the season. And now we've got Dorian Gray, which I'm supposed to be reading in my AP Literature class this year. So I'm going to be excited to read that. Just me, Dorian Gray looked like he came out of Harry Potter. Like, he reminded me of, a Slytherin, like Tom Riddle or something. I don't know. Besides the fact, I was so excited that we had Dorian Gray. So, we get into this club, and Cassandra's already Cassandra was so cute, just getting so excited about going clubbing. I can't. She was so adorable in this episode. And then we had drunk Cassandra. Drunk Cassandra was the best thing. Excuse me for a moment. My best friend was like 5 minutes behind on the episode, and I think she just saw the end. Yeah, she did. Okay, I'll respond to her in a bit. Drunk Cassandra was the funniest thing. She was under a spell, and she's just like a marshmallow, little purple rhino. I need all the fanfictions right now about drunk Cassandra rambling on about Jake, because oh my god. And then we also found out, Oscar Wilde and Dorian Gray, Dorian Gray was real in this universe, and then we had Oscar Wilde and they were lovers, supposedly. Eve sings karaoke. I want to know when that happened. When were they in a situation for Cassandra to have heard Eve sing karaoke? It's just so amazing. Ezekiel stole Jenkins' credit card. Jake, my sweet little Jake, getting all geeky and geeking out about art and the authors and the poets and the writers and thinking his favorite poets were better than this British guy's favorite poets. This episode just had everything that I love about this show. It had my ship moments. To some degree, it had, and more so than we've gotten, it had all the humor and charm, and we had lots of humor. We had so many great, quirky, wonderful things to find out about all my favorite characters. Eve's karaoke, Jake being a geek, Ezekiel on social media, Jenkins with the naked dancing thing. Once again, a reference to Jenkins being a sugar daddy. It's just everything that you could possibly hope for. And then, of course, the action. I've said the last few episodes I haven't liked as much. I felt like they were more filler episodes. And while this was a filler episode, this was great. The action was just so intriguing. It moved like that, and it had me at the edge of my seat. When we were wondering, when we could tell that Cassandra was under the spell, Dorian Gray's spell, but we didn't know what was going on with her, what was going to happen to her. And then Eve replaced the picture, and Eve was vulnerable to be killed at any moment. That was just so nerve-wracking. And then the end of the episode, we have Cassandra lying on the desk, having a hangover, and Ezekiel just poking fun with her. So even though I'm not a Ezekiel shipper, I did see we got a little bit of that too. If you are a Ezekiel shipper, that's good. And so, like I said, this episode had everything. And then Eve is looking at pictures of her and Flynn, and my heart just went, ah! I mean, I loved this, as painful as it was. I loved it because we haven't gotten mention of Flynn since he left in episode 5. We haven't seen how Eve felt about it other than that scene, and now we're getting insight into it. But that she hates having pictures taken of herself, and she's looking at the pictures of her and Flynn and how happy she is in those pictures, and you can see she's reflecting on it, and you can see the hurt of her missing that and realizing, like, look at me here. And then Jenkins has a talk with her about image versus identity, and I think basically in some way Jenkins is telling her to, like, open up a little bit. Jenkins is, like, trying to get her to realize that she should be back with Flynn. And I love this little hint to it again because we haven't gotten mention of him. And then all of a sudden now we have this, and this opens we see some of Eve's emotions about it. We see, yeah, she's not over it. And our headcanon that it's confirmed now that she's clearly still hurting and reflecting on what happened with Flynn. And so now this opens the door for episode 9 when Flynn comes back for... And there was Evelyn and Cassandra, and Jake and Cassandra, not only did we have the thing with him asking her out, we had, that moment that was a preview before the episode that I loved where she tripped and he caught her and they just fell onto the ground. So much suggestive stuff. You know, I had a feeling before this episode. My gut was like, there's gonna be some Cassandra. I had a feeling in my hopes and dreams that there might be more than what we got, but what we got was, like, amazing. I'm like, ah! And throughout the episode, I had a feeling with Eve that Flynn was gonna finally be mentioned, and then he was! So, yes, I said this is my favorite episode, one of my favorite episodes, probably second favorite episode of The Librarians of all time right now. That's it. I'm filming this now. I'll put it up later. I gotta go decorate my Christmas tree. Bye-bye!